What if everything you believe about truth, morality, purpose, even science, was built on one unspoken assumption? And that's not religion and it's not politics, it's something deeper. Let me ask you a question most people never hear. What do you assume reality is? Is it just particles and forces, or something more, something that can't be measured but still matters? Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the deepest layer of your worldview, the one you probably didn't know was there. Because whether you realize it or not, there's a hidden answer steering your thoughts, your values, even what you think counts as evidence. Let's bring it into the light. For most people, even though they've never thought about it, they lean in one of two directions. Philosophical naturalism says that the physical world is all there is. Atoms, energy, space, time. That's the whole story. Now, substance dualism says reality is made up of at least two kinds of things, the physical and the non-physical. There's matter and mind, a body and a soul. To be fair, there are more nuanced views out there: idealism, panpsychism, non-reductive physicalism, especially in academic circles. But for most of us, across cultures and across centuries, the core split is simple. Is everything just physical, or is there something more? And here's the thing, this isn't just abstract philosophy. This one assumption shapes everything else. Now here's where things often get misunderstood. In science, there's a rule called methodological naturalism, which simply means let's only use natural causes to explain what we observe. It's a method. It's a practical rule of the game. But that's not the same as philosophical naturalism, which says the physical world is all that exists, period. And when people confuse the method with the worldview, things get messy. Especially in cultures and traditions that have always believed in something more, something spiritual, purposeful, even sacred. When science is taken as the whole truth and not just a method for inquiry, it can feel like a kind of worldview replacement, as if only one way of knowing is valid and the others just don't count. If you believe the universe is just matter and energy, then everything about us, thoughts, love, morality, beauty, has to be explained as physical processes. But if you believe in minds and souls, then you're living in a world that's bigger than what science can measure. That one assumption affects how you see everything. Do you have free will, or are you just the sum of your neurons? Is forgiveness just chemistry? If there's nothing beyond matter, does love actually mean anything? For thousands of years, nearly every culture, from ancient Egyptians to Hindus, from Christians to native peoples, believed there was more to life than just physical stuff. They saw life as meaningful, sacred, infused with purpose. But modern science, in order to make progress, bracketed off the unseen. And that worked. It led to real breakthroughs. Somewhere along the way, though, people forgot it was just a method and started believing it was the whole truth. That shift, quiet and unspoken, has left many feeling like their deepest beliefs about meaning and the soul have been dismissed as unscientific or even irrelevant. Now here's the twist. This isn't a question science can even answer. Science is powerful. It tells us how things happen, but it can't tell us what kind of thing reality is. That's a metaphysical question. It belongs to philosophy and sometimes to theology. It's like playing a game and asking, well, who made the rules and why? Science plays by the rules. Philosophy and theology ask who wrote them, and not everything that matters fits in a test tube. Science is brilliant at answering how questions. How do cells divide? How does gravity work? But when you ask, why are we here? Or what is consciousness? Or is there something after death? You've stepped into a different territory. And when we forget that, we risk asking the wrong question to the wrong expert and getting an impressive sounding non-answer. It's like going to a cardiologist to ask about heartbreak. Brilliant person, wrong kind of specialist. So what are your deepest assumptions about reality? Are you a naturalist without realizing it? Or a dualist who's never said it out loud? Either way, your worldview shapes everything you think is true, good, or beautiful. We all live downstream from our metaphysics. And that leads to a critical next step. Are we even using the right kind of evidence for the right kind of question? Because when people talk past each other, especially in debates about science, faith, or morality, it's not always about intelligence or stubbornness. Often it's about mismatched tools, trying to hammer in a screw or paint with a wrench. In the next episode, we'll ask, does evidence even matter? And if so, how do you know you're using the right kind? Until then, keep asking the questions that matter.